This is my review of Solvabox, and this is their first box, and it's a very unique subscription box. Every month you get a box full of clues and information to help you solve a phrase. And I thought it sounded really interesting, so I agreed to review this box. Now, note I said it's not an unboxing because I've already kind of unboxed it and tried to solve this because I really wanted to give you all a rundown of my experience with this box since it's so unique. It's not just a here's what this box of stuff is. Okay, so it does ship from Canada and it's shipped in this bubble poly mailer bag. And it came with a letter. It's $12.95 plus shipping, and it says this takes on average 2 hours to solve, and some people are still stumped afterwards, but take your best crack at it and see if you can solve the box. So here's what the box looks like, and redo in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so here's what's in the box. On top there is a letter, and this is from an anonymous person, and it says, "I hope this package reaches you. I hear you are the only one who can help solve the mystery of my brother's death. The detectives have already told me this is a cold case and filed all the evidence away, but I refuse to give up. In this box are pieces of evidence I stole from the police archives, and each bag of evidence is a letter towards a phrase on the police report that would give the detectives what they need to find the murderer and bring me my family peace. If you find out the jumbled letters, please type it into that URL, which will send the information through a decryptor the detectives set up and reveal the phrase to allow them to solve the case. Please hurry. Each day that passes is another day that my brother's murderer is not behind bars and a danger to others." Okay, so then inside the box, there is a folder. And on top, there is the murder victim. And inside, there is a witness statement. This is evidence number 6. And then this is the crucial piece of information here. This talks about the initial report that came in. There's numbered evidence. And then here's the phrase. So then, with each piece of evidence, you're supposed to find the letter that stands out and then put it down below. So, like this is evidence number 6. This is a witness statement. And you read this. It says, "On July 20th, 2012, myself and the other guests were enjoying drinks outside while Josh was setting up our next game of poker. Only 10 minutes passed since going outside when we heard a gunshot. Other than that, nothing suspicious occurred." Oscar Richmond, I think is what it is. Yeah. So that is that piece of evidence. And then I'll go through each of these other pieces and show you what each of them are. Alright, this is a half a deck of playing cards, and as you can see, I already they were all kind of mixed, so I kind of just went through these, and the Ace of Hearts is missing from this, so I figured, okay, so evidence number 4 is A for Ace, so I got that. Then this is evidence 1 and 2. And 1 and 2 go together because this is a person's phone number. Okay, so the number is, the top has the name and the bottom has the number. So then again, for each of these pieces of evidence, you're supposed to find the letter that stands out. So I could guess maybe C is the letter for this one. But I'm completely stumped for the phone number because it's a phone number. I mean, P for phone, but I don't know. And the last piece of evidence is evidence number 3. And this is a picture of his eye, which looks also to be the gunshot wound to the head. So again, maybe E for I, or the letter I, you know, for I, I'm not sure. So after you come up with what letter represents each each of these pieces of evidence. Then you go to the website, and basically there are just little blanks, like there are right here. And you type in the code, and it tells you if you're right or wrong. The problem I ran into is, hey, I couldn't figure it out. And if you can't figure it out, there are no hints or clues. It's just all or nothing. And I did talk with the owners, and they are going to implement some hints and that kind of thing, which I think is a good idea. So this is just a rather frustrating box, and I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I like the idea of a murder mystery kind of thing to solve a murder. I like the show Criminal Minds, and so I thought, well, this would be really cool to help solve a murder. But I don't necessarily see the connection between finding the letters for the phrase and solving the murder. It just basically seems more of a pick the letter that represents this rather than solving the murder. Hope that makes sense. So I don't know. I found the box frustrating, and like I said, I couldn't solve it. I don't know if I spent quite 2 hours on it, but some, like the phone number, I'm just completely stumped on what letter comes from it. And maybe it's just my own lack of puzzle solving skills. I'm not sure, but that's just my experience. And so based on this, you can decide maybe this is the right box for you to try and want to give it a go. So that is my unboxing. Again, it's $12.95 plus shipping. And each month you'll get a new puzzle with a phrase to solve. And I will have my full written review down below at subscriptionbossmom.com. And if you know the answers to any of these clues, feel free to post them down below. If you know, like, the letter for the phone number and this is all making sense to you, feel free to comment below and let me know. Because again, I may not be a super sleuth in figuring out the box. I don't know. So thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.